Is Harry Styles feuding with Zayn Malik?
What's the deal with Miley Cyrus being pregnant with Liam Harmsworth's baby?
And is it true Bella Thorne is dating Scott Disick?
We've got the truth coming at you on Rumor Patrol.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to Rumor Patrol. I'm Ryland Adams, and Jocelyn Davis is still MIA. She's living her Malaysian dreams, but I've got
So I'm here.
Drew Dorsey, queen of all queens.
You know.
I love her too. I hope you do as well. Do you have any big plans for this weekend?
Yeah, I'm hanging out with you again. We're going to the Billboard. Actually, we're not going. We're going to be here.
Well, I wish we were going. That might be more fun, but
Yep.
I do like talking about it. We'll be here breaking down the whole award show per usual.
Yep.
And guess what, Drew?
What?
Are you sick of me yet? We don't
Yeah.
live together anymore.
I
so
know.
that's
I
good
kind of
news.
miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too, but we see each other every day. I do want to talk about Bella Thorne and Scott Disick, though.
Oh my God. Okay, Ryland, I want to know, is Bella Thorne dating Scott Disick?
Well, that's the question everyone seems to be wanting answers to this week. I think it's probably the most shocking news story of the week.
I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good.
I almost fell off my chair when I heard this news, and I said, no, I need to see some receipts before I believe any of this is true. So let's get into the details. First of all, people are reporting that Bella Thorne has been seeing Scott Disick. If you don't know, Scott Disick is Kourtney Kardashian's ex-lover, which she has 3 children
Her baby daddy.
with. And the age gap is a little insane. Bella Thorne is 19 years old, and Scott Disick is just a cool 33.
Could he be her father? No.
14-year difference.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
He'd be a really young father. So
Be a
no.
really young
Okay.
father.
At least he's not that creepy.
Well, the details, they're great. So ET reports the two were seen on a date together at 3 different locations this prior Monday night. The duo was first spotted at Catch LA in West Hollywood for a quiet dinner. Then they headed over to the Nice Guy, which is ironic because that is one of the Kardashians'
Hot
favorite spots.
Yeah.
They're always seen at the Nice Guy. So for Scott to take Bella to their location, drama! There they reportedly indulged in some more small bites, and they were seated at a table alone. After that, the duo hit up Peppermint Club to catch some live music performances and didn't leave until 1:30 a.m. So the two then ducked into Scott's car together and drove off into the sunset, and the social media savvy star that Bella Thorne is stayed on her Snapchat game that night. She was snapping away.
But just of herself, though, right?
She chose not to feature Scott
Yeah,
Disick,
yeah.
and I'm thinking that's probably because she received so much backlash for her prior 3 relationships.
Yeah.
Charlie Puth, the Tyler Posey dude, and who else was involved?
But she probably just didn't want him to think that she was just trying to be with him for attention.
Well, I think the backlash would be crazy. I think she
That
would
too.
post if she didn't think fans would go nuts, but too late because everyone's
We know.
already got a hold of photos of the two of them together. People has reported that the two have met before, and they claim that the two run in the same circles. I just can't help but think what Kourtney Kardashian is thinking at the moment. I don't know if she's laughing quietly to herself or secretly angered. Last I remember, I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians about a week ago, and I remember Scott was taking Kourtney back to Mexico to try to win her back. I know that was filmed like
Forever
months
ago,
ago now,
yeah.
but I guess it's official that that trip didn't work,
Wait,
and
how
now
are
he's
they-
on to dating other people.
Running in the same circles?
People
I'm
reported
sorry,
that.
Bella Thorne and Scott Disick are not running in the same circle. She's 19, he's 33. What did they have in common?
Hey, apparently a lot because they've been dating for months.
I mean, if they're happy, cool. But also, I don't think Kourtney cares at all. She's never really wanted to be with Scott in the first place, so she's probably like, okay, just keep being immature. Just look good, Scott.
Apparently Bella's friends are totally against this relationship. They say that they worry that Scott will hurt her, and Hollywood Life also went on to say that Bella isn't taking their relationship too seriously. They said she is just being young and having fun and doesn't really care what people think or what their opinions are. They say basically she's just being Bella and no one's going to change that. I will say that the two of them have something in common, and that's that the two of them love alcohol and they love to party.
Me.
So maybe they have a lot in common.
I think people are a little hard on Bella Thorne. Like, yes, she's made some questionable decisions, but she's young, she's having fun, she's not really thinking about the
outcome?
repercussions of the outcome of her decisions.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like
that phase.
She didn't get the repercussions after the second time this happened to her while dating a guy. This is now the 4th time, and I feel like she should have some insight. I just think she honestly doesn't care, or she likes attention, negative or positive.
She's 19.
I think live your life. I'm more so sad for Scott Disick because he has 3 children, and I can't imagine when his children grow up and they say, oh, you're not with our mom because you wanted to run around with a 19-year-old that is running around living a crazy life on social media.
They won't remember.
Ugh, I don't know.
They'll
I think
have
kids
a Rolex
remember
in
more
their
than you
mouth.
think. Anyways, is it true that Scott Disick is dating Bella Thorne? From what we know, this is totally true. All right, Drew, moving along to rumor number 2. Is it true that Harry Styles has some major pent-up beef with Zayn Malik?
I don't know, but we all know that Zayn kind of dissed One Direction back in the day in 2015 when he went solo, and they asked him in an interview, they're like, oh, like, what do you think about One Direction music? And he was basically like, it's gross. But then Harry, in a recent interview with Rolling Stone, was like, oh, that sucks that he said that, but good for him, you know?
Yeah, so then he went on to talk in his Apple Music documentary. And he said this, which was kind of like a sub-tweet, but sub-shade. Take a look.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that band. And I don't feel like I have to apologize for that. I never felt like I was faking it.
So some people see that as Harry throwing some sort of shade towards Zayn because Zayn reacted in a complete opposite way. Harry was grateful for his time in the band, where Zayn wasn't, and some people are thinking that's like a subtweet.
No shade.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
see shade at all. People are nitpicking. What Zayn really said was, in the interview, he said, 1D is not music that I would listen to. If I was sat at a dinner date with a girl, I would play some cool you know what I mean? I want to make music that I think is cool. I don't think that's too much to ask for. So then Harry replied, and he said, I think it's a shame he felt that way, but I never wish anything but luck to anyone doing what they love. If they're not enjoying something and need to do something else, you absolutely should do that. I'm glad he's doing what he likes, and good luck to him.
So the bigger story to me seems to be that the guys of One Direction don't necessarily hang out with each other post being in the band together, which is a little upsetting because I know One Directioners are such a fan of them being friends in real life outside of the music, but it really seems as though once the contracts ended and once the music stopped for them, that they kind of wanted to go their own ways and don't really have like any means to hang out with each other.
If you think about it, it's a business deal. You know, they're co-workers. It's not like they're best friends. They were put together on a show. They weren't a group before. You know what I mean?
And I guess there's always going to be talk of your former bandmates if you were in one of the most successful boy bands in the world.
Yeah.
I guess Zayn's people reached out to another magazine that was saying, oh, Harry's talking about Zayn, and they had this to say. Zayn expects to be talked about every time any of the One Direction guys are promoting anything, and he expects it to be vice versa as well. As long as they don't go over the line or bash him, he is okay with it and knows that it comes with the territory.
I think the quote made it sound like that he is expecting like Harry or whoever to talk about him. I think he just meant with the territory of them doing their own thing now. Like obviously their names are going to come up, so if it does come up, he's not going to make a big deal about it. I don't think he was saying like, oh, of course they're going to talk about me. They have to talk. You know what I mean?
Right. And
I
think
it was like that.
Harry was more so talking about his experience in the band than shading Zayn.
Yeah.
I get how you can see, oh, well, Zayn reacted a different way, so they must not be on the same playing field, because if Harry actually liked the music they put out, then obviously he has a different viewpoint than Zayn, who said that completely sucked, and I was basically like gouging my eyes out until I could get out of that band.
Yeah, you said that in the same breath.
Yes, I'm very passionate. Harry did say that he's grateful for everything One Direction gave him. He said, I love the band, and he said, I would never rule anything out in the future. The band changed my life and gave me everything. So, do we think it's true that Harry Styles, somewhere in his body, has a little bit of beef with Zayn Malik?
I think that is so totally false. Rylan, does Miley have a bun in the oven? A Hemsworth bun in the oven?
All right, Drew. Well, you know, People love to talk about Miley's relationship. I mean, last year we talked about the two of them getting married numerous times, about Miley being pregnant. I think you just like anything that has to do with weddings or babies.
And cake, but no, I really want them to be together. I truly was so happy when they got back together.
All right, well, now that Miley is on a press tour promoting Malibu, the internet is not only abuzz about her music, but also her relationship, because in a recent interview on 104.3 My FM, Miley was asked if her and Liam have talked about having children together.
No, I love pigs more than kids, you know, to be honest with me. Clearly, I just want to keep getting as many dogs as possible, but we've got a cap on 7 because we've got 7 and I don't pick up the poop, so I don't get to decide when we get another dog, apparently.
So Miley went on to say that she doesn't do any of the leg work when it comes to the animals. She said she'll like braid the animal's hair or do fun things with them, but she doesn't pick up the poop or feed them.
I was gonna say, which means there's poop everywhere.
I think Liam does that, but she said—
Ew, they have like horses, dude.
They have a max of 7 dogs, so she was basically alluding to the fact that the two of them couldn't handle a child at the moment.
Rylan, 7 dogs, 7 buttholes, 7, like we're talking, they're like little teacups. These are like grown, they're like, that's human crap.
7 dogs that need to be taken on a walk?
That's nasty.
No, thank you.
You know they have help, like they hire people.
Definitely.
Wags, that app, you know they have like 3.
They found somebody in there telling them. I bet Miley's dog walkers / poop picker-uppers make more a year than we do.
6 figures.
I can't. So I do think Miley has changed a lot for Liam. Her new image seems to be very clean, and I can't help but think that is to maintain a relationship, because if you remember when her and Liam broke up, it was in the height of her twerking days. And Miley, she also opened up about a potential Hannah Montana reboot. Did you hear about this, Drew?
No.
Yeah, so while on the press tour for her song Malibu, I think it was Zach Sang that asked her if she were open to the idea of a Hannah Montana revival, since, you know, Raven Simone is picking back up her show. And she said no for this reason.
Probably not, because I just like, I don't even know what's up. Also, it's a lot of time to be spent with my dad. Yeah. You know, my dad was my dad on the show. I have enough dad time. That was really hard every day from like 11 to 18.
So she did say Disney did approach her about it, but then she said she wouldn't be interested in doing it, obviously, because of her parents. She was like, I spent so much time with my dad and grandma for 10 years straight that it just was a lot for me. And she also blamed—
Grandma was on the show?
No, but her grandma like drove with them to work every day. So she said that she never got a break from school like regular kids because her school was at work where her dad was also there. She also said that's kind of why she broke out into her twerking phase of her life, because she was so enclosed for so long that the second she broke free from that, she just kind of lived her true, authentic, crazy self for a hot minute. But it does seem that she's come back down to earth.
It's like me when I get home from work and have clothes on all day and then I just get to break free.
And you're just naked for a while.
But wait, the bigger story here is that Disney asked Miley Cyrus back.
Yeah, so when she went to promote Malibu at Disney, she said that's the first thing that they asked her about. So I don't think there were any official contract offers or anything, but I think that they're always throwing out the idea, because obviously if Miley Cyrus says, hey, I want to pick back up my show, they're going to do it in a second, because Miley's one of the biggest pop stars in the world. She also went on to say that she isn't a fan of Wrecking Ball.
I know, it's because she said that she doesn't want it to be played at her funeral, because once you swing naked on a ball, it's a wrap. You can't come back from that. I love it too! And I mean, honestly, like, if I did that, I kind of want it played at my funeral, because she looks good.
Anyways, the whole point of this story, we got distracted because there's so much new Miley news. Is it true that Miley is pregnant with Liam's baby? That is so false. All right, you guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode of Rumor Patrol, but I've gotta know what you think about Bella Thorne and Scott Disick. Do you think this could be the real deal, or do you think it's a PR stunt?
I wanna know, Miley and Liam, right? How we feel about the wedding? What kind of cake do you think they're gonna have?
Well, we don't even know if they're getting married.
Hey, they could already be married. If they do have kids, Boy or girl? Which one are you wishing for? Hope for both. And cake. I think they had chocolate, vanilla.
Twins, a boy and a girl, and a chocolate and vanilla cake because we know they got money and they can afford it.
I thought you were gonna say chocolate and vanilla, baby.
Hey, that would be interesting because neither of them are chocolate. So can you imagine if that popped out, there'd be a whole different story.
Ancestry coming out of the woodwork.
Wow. All right, you guys, thanks for watching Rumor Patrol. We'll be back here every single week. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
But wait, click over to the left to see if Katy Perry is actually plotting revenge on Taylor Swift.
Or over to the right to find out, is Kanye really furious over Kim's unedited butt pics?
I don't think that's true.